Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you guys are new here, or if you're not, my name is Natalie, and today we are doing another try before you buy video. Yay! So today is a very special day because I will be trying a brand that I've never tried before, and they're based in the UK, I believe. And obviously, if it's based in the UK, it also has to do with this baddie. Duh. Yes, guys, you are not mistaken. I did end up getting the Jordan Lipscombe lip kit because I just had to. I have been following her on YouTube and following her on TikTok for the longest time, but as someone who is a big fan of Jordan, I had to try it. Today, I am going to be testing and doing a try before you buy video of a whole bunch of beauty products to get this final look. And I think, honestly, I did a pretty good job. But yeah, I have a lot of opinions because there were a lot of good ones and a lot of bad ones and a few breakdowns, if I'm being honest with you, because some things just did not turn out the way that I wanted them to. Just to preface, I am in the United States and I made this order from a brand in the UK. So in terms of shipping, I ordered this order when her lip kit released, which was in October, and I ended up getting my package in late September. So it took about a month for this package to get in the mail, but I do want to say that just keep in mind, if you are trying to get this product, just know that if you're shipping outside of the UK, it might take a minute, it might take a little while, but it is definitely worth it because you can end up looking somewhat like this. But yeah, let's go straight into the video because you guys definitely want to know which products are worth it and which ones aren't, because some of them are definitely not. Ooh. Hey guys, okay, so we're gonna jump straight into using and testing out all of these products. So this one is the We Cherie Gripping Primer. I personally don't really have a preference for primer. I normally don't really use primer. It's not really my thing. I do know that this one has been highly recommended, and I know a lot of people who say that this one is really good. So I really wanted to try it just to see how well it grips and how it looks on my skin, how it feels on my skin, and really give you guys an honest reaction of how this feels. And then I also want to try the Peptide Calm Hydrating Lip Treatment in Cafe Latte, this one, because it just looks so cute to me and I really wanted to try it. Plus it came in the kit that has all four, so I bought a bundle. So I'm going to start with this lip treatment. It's nice because it has a twist off top instead of just a pop off top like this. Instead it is a twist, which is nice. Plus it has this silver applicator, which I feel like would give definitely a very cooling effect to the lips when you use it. Oh, yeah, I was right. Ah, guys, it smells like caramel coffee. I love that. It does have a hint of like brown orange to it, but to be honest, I don't mind because this is honestly just a lip treatment. It's not going to be the final lip. It's quite thick and it's not stringy at all, and it feels nice on the lips, and with the applicator as well, it does feel really cooling to the touch when you first apply it, and my lips already feel quite hydrated, and I do feel like it filled in quite a few of the wrinkles in my lips very well. If you guys can see, it's filled in quite a few of the lines in my lips. It feels really nice, very cooling, and it works really fast for sure. Because my lips already feel quite moisturized. So this is definitely something I think I will be putting in my pretty daily use, and I'm happy I got it. Plus it smells like coffee, and if you know anything about me, I love coffee, I love matcha, I love going to cafes because I love the smell and I love the taste. But I'm glad that this exists because now I can smell it on my lips constantly. And now I'm also going to try the gripping primer, the We Cherie one, formulated with cherry extract and hyaluronic acid. Cherry extract is actually in here? Interesting. This is an oil-free makeup gripping gel primer that helps hydrate the skin while making makeup last all day. So this one, I'm glad that it's oil-free because I do have a tendency to break out if I use anything that has too many oils. I don't have much to say because, to be honest, like I said before, I don't really use primer. I know that a lot of people hype up the e.l.f. gripping primer, the green one. I've never had the chance to try it. I've had multiple occasions where I really wanted to do a full face of try before you buy e.l.f. makeup, but I haven't gotten around to it. Let's start and get into it. To start, it has this little clear cap that honestly I don't really know if it's doing anything because it doesn't have much grip. It really just is so you don't push the pump. And this is a pump, like I just said. I'm not sure how to apply this. It just says to apply evenly to face prior to makeup application. I'm just gonna use my hands for this. When I see people use primer normally, they're just using their hands, so I'm just gonna do that. Get a little bit. I'm not gonna start out with a lot, just a little. I do want to say too that I'm not sure I'm supposed to get the product at the end of the tube because this pump doesn't have one of those like tubes that go all the way to the bottom, but instead it just cuts off here. So I do think at a certain point I will have to like take off this pump and scrape out, which honestly I'm not the biggest fan of that idea. I don't know if you can see, but there is no tube on the inside. So at some point when you go and run through enough product, you will have to go in and manually scrape out the last bit of product or even cut it open just to get the last bit of product. But as of right now, obviously that's not an issue other than the fact that it's not coming out yet. Okay, feeling tension. Okay, there you go. I'm just gonna get this much for now. Oh, it is super liquidy in certain parts because it is sliding down my hands quite a bit, but I'm mostly just gonna go for my T-zone. It does smell like cherries. And it does have a very pinkish hue. I also normally have trouble with lines around my smile line, so I'm just gonna put a little bit there as well. I do want to mention that it has a bit of a cooling effect to it, and the color and the pigment has disappeared quite a bit. It's not as red or pinky anymore. It has a bit of a stiffening feel on my face. Kind of feels interesting to me, but it's also, I think, because it has the hyaluronic acid in it, it's more like skincare, but it is getting tacky. You see my skin like reverberate back. It means that it has quite a bit of tack to it. Let me see if I can do that thing that makeup YouTubers do where they like stick something on their face and it sticks. Oh, sort of. There's like a 2 second stick on my head. That's cool. So Beauty Crop does a skin tint, but I couldn't get my hands on it because they were out of stock, or maybe they weren't selling it at the moment, but I didn't see it on the website at all, but I knew that they had a tab for skin tints. I just didn't see any products. For now, I'm just gonna go in with my Estee Lauder Double Wear Stay in Place Makeup Foundation. This one I've done a try before you buy video where I tried this. I did like it. It does oxidize a little bit, and also I would like to start with a matte base in order to allow the glowy products that I will be trying the opportunity to just glow on their own and not base off of my foundation or try to build off of my foundation. That's the reason why I want to go in with a more matte foundation. So I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna put this on my face. If you would like to see my review on this specific foundation or the words that I had to say about it, I did have a whole other video. I will also link that in the info card so you guys can watch. But yeah, I will be right back with this on my face, and then from there we can go straight into the base products. Okay guys, I completely forgot that I got brow products to try. And yes, I have already applied the foundation all over my face, and yes, it is not the correct shade yet. It will oxidize, trust me. Right now I look very pale, and I know that, I'm fully aware, but it will oxidize. Just give it some time. Please don't freak out. I completely forgot. I did buy brow products to try, and I was supposed to do my brows first, but it's fine. I'm gonna do it. We're going to go in with the Brow Friends Forever BFF Sculpt and Hold Brow Wax. I thought this was interesting because, first of all, the packaging is freaking adorable. All of the pink. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? This is so cute. And yes, if this works out, this will be my BFF forever, okay? The actual applicator has a flat side and a more quote-unquote brush size, but it's like a plastic nib. And when I first pulled it out, it was quite sticky. It creates a bit of a product string, which means that the product is quite sticky and hopefully it works well. Currently, my usual brow routine, I use the Got To Be Glued Brow and Edge Gel 2-in-1, and it works perfectly well for me. And I do use it for my baby hairs as well, but hopefully this is a nice contender, so let's go ahead and try it. The brush end doesn't really feel like it's applying a lot of product, but I do see and feel the tug on my eyebrow. So let me try the non-brush side. to just apply the product first. Yeah, this product is really sticky. Excuse the fact that my foundation is lifting, okay? Because I should have done this first. So I just applied a whole bunch of the product, and now I'm going to use the brush side to actually brush the hairs into the direction and shape that I want. This eyebrow is my problem eyebrow because the end of my eyebrow does have a weird curve to it, so I try my best to lay down the end. Actually, this product is really good. I really wish that I wasn't messing it up because I put foundation first, because it is attaching to the actual product, but the actual glue is really sticky. Honestly, it might even be stickier than my Got2b glue, which is saying something because the Got2b glue is very, very good. It has never let me down. But to be honest, the way that this stuck down everything, really flat, really thick, it coated my hairs really, really well. Honestly, this might be even better than the Got2b glue. Yeah, that's really easy to use. And it has like a tack to it, so it has the ability to keep the hairs in place while it dries. My eyebrows are not moving from this state. So yeah, I really like that. Next products for brows. So normally I use the NYX Lift and Snatch brow pen because that is the one that I like to use. It creates the hair strokes way nicer. I'm not usually a big brow pencil fan, but they didn't have a brow pen. They did have this brow pencil in the same packaging as the brow wax, which is the Brow Friends Forever section. I got the brow pencil in black brown. So here's the thing. When I was opening this for the clips where I'm showing you what the products look like in the packaging and how I got them, when I opened the side with the actual eyebrow pencil nib, I noticed, I think that mine broke because once I pulled it out to a certain length, it wouldn't go back down again, such as right now. It's not moving and it moves slightly, so I think it did break. Mine broke, I think, around here, so that's kind of like a bummer because obviously maybe like in transit maybe it broke because it is a pretty thin pencil. It also has a sharpened end to the actual pencil as well. If it's retractable and also it has a sharpened end, at some point that end is going to get dull. And even if this pencil is super thin, because like comparatively to a lot of other pencils I've seen for eyebrow pencils, this is very, very thin. I'm worried that after a while it just won't get the same effect as it did when you first use it. It also has a spoolie, which, I mean, you know, 2 in 1, that's great. Those are just my notes about the packaging and how I got it. So trying it, I'm gonna do this eyebrow first because I think it's mostly dry. Still a little wet, so I don't know if it'll show. You know what? I'm gonna wait because I want to give it its fair shot, and the wax is still wet and the foundation is still drying and oxidizing currently, and this pencil is not showing up on top of the wet wax or slightly wet wax because it's mostly dry at this point. It's not showing up right now. So I'm gonna wait till everything fully dries. So until then, I'm gonna wait on this brow pencil. I wanted to circle back to the Wishery gripping primer. This is gripping. I don't know, and I don't really have much of a reference point in how well this is comparatively to other products, and so I can't really give you a comparison so you can get sort of an idea of how good it is. But I do have to say, when I put the foundation on, like, it was gripping on my face really well. The foundation application looks way smoother in the areas that I did put the primer, which is in this area, and here, but the outside areas of my face, it's a lot less even. So I do have to say, I do think that this gripping primer works really well. My baby hairs are getting kind of stuck as well. I think this gripping primer is great, but also, again, I don't really have much of a reference in order to give you like a complete reflection of how good this product is compared to other primers. But in my opinion, from what I have used so far, I do really like it, and my face really likes it too. It feels really nice. Okay, let's go straight into the base products. So I got the Glow Milk Liquid Bronzer in Almond. I got the Glow Milk Liquid Blush in Popping Peony. I couldn't find a liquid blush that was not glowy, so I had to end up getting this one. So on top of this, I also will be using a sort of glowy powder blush as well. So it's gonna be a lot of glow, okay? Just warning you. I also couldn't find a liquid bronzer that wasn't glowy either. So if I'm being honest with you, in my preference, I don't normally go for glowy bronzer specifically. Blush, sometimes I don't mind because I don't really feel the need to have everything glowy because then I'll just look like an oily pancake. But we're just gonna try it for this video just to see what it looks like, because who knows? It might change my mind. I might end up doing glowy bronzer from now on. From there, I also ended up getting the Dewy Bounce Radiant Concealer. I got this one in Cookie, and I will also be trying this out. So, to start, I normally do bronzer first, and then blush, and then concealer. That's just the process that I use. And I also ended up getting a brush to use for it. So this is the Beauty Crop F211 Cream Buffing Brush. I just like how dense it is, and also how it has an angle. My usual bronzing and blush brush is the e.l.f. Liquid Blush Brush, and it has a similar sort of angle to it. It's just wider and fluffier, but this one should work just fine. It has the similar shape that I really like, where it can really go in the crevices, and also it's pretty dense, which is something I also really liked about the other brush that I use all the time. Okay, before I keep yapping about brushes, let's go straight into the actual products. Normally, I just go ahead and take the product directly on my face, so that's what I'm gonna do. This one has a doe foot applicator that has like a flat side to it, which is really nice. I'm gonna only do my cheek for now just to see how the product works before I commit and do my whole face. Even though it says luminescent, or I'm sorry, not luminescent, even though it says glow, when you look at the packaging, it is glowy on the inside. I would have to say that it doesn't really show up that glowy on the face. I mean, obviously in the light it does, but like head on, you don't really see that, which is nice, so it's not overpowering, because sometimes glowy bronzers have a tendency to be overpowering and super glowy, and that's the part that bugs me. But this doesn't bug me too much. Oh, also, I really want to say I love this frosted look. It's similar to my foundation, and I love that look. It looks just so luxurious and like sleek looking and expensive looking. It does take a minute to actually like blend out, so you do have to work it a little bit before it starts to actually blend. Comparatively, it looks really good on this side of my face, like really good. Let's see if you can build up on top, because sometimes when you build up, it creates patchiness or tugs and brings up product. Again, it's taking a bit of working, but it is blending out just fine without causing any patchiness. Yeah, that looks great. Okay, I'm gonna do my other side of my face with the bronzer as well, and I'll be right back and give you my thoughts on it, and then we're gonna go straight into the blush. Okay, I finished the bronzer. I really like it. It is definitely something that you have to pounce into your skin and not drag. For some reason, when I drag, it's not blending the same way as if I were to pounce it, and pouncing it definitely causes it to blend better than pulling it, because when you pull or brush instead of pouncing, it does cause patchiness and does cause the layer to not look as even. And normally, like, I bounce my bronzer in anyway instead of dragging. When I bounce and press the product in, it does a better job actually blending in with the skin better, and it looks more cohesive than if I were to drag the actual product. If that makes sense. I don't know if that makes sense, but it makes sense in my brain. Let's go in with the blush. So this is the blush I got in Popping Peony. Again, it is in the Glow Milk packaging, so it has that sleek, like nice little frosted glass to it, and it has the doe foot applicator again with a little bit of a slight slant flat edge. So I'm just going to apply this directly to the skin. Ooh, that is very sparkly. I use the same brush, by the way, when I usually do my blush and my bronzer, because I like how it helps blend them together. That's a beautiful color. Can you even see that on the camera? Okay. In real life, it's a beautiful color. Let me add a little bit more. I did 3 dots, but for me, I am a blushaholic, so I will add more. This one definitely blends out way easier than the bronzer does. More of a highlight and more of a glow than the bronzer did. which honestly, great. Love that. Because even though they're in the same section and packaging, this one is definitely glowier, and this one should be glowier in my opinion, especially since it is normally placed at the higher points of the cheek. I do think that it does blend a little bit too much with the bronzer, but that might just be because of the colors that I chose, and also I'm using the same brush. So yeah, that is very cute. On the camera, it does look a bit muddy though. I wonder why that is. This one isn't really something you can build up because it's more liquidy than the bronzer is, and it blends out way faster. This seems more like most typical blush products, but I do like how their tackiness is different. The tackiness difference really puts in and shows just how much they really thought about what each product is supposed to do, and I really like that. And they're really cute. So far so good. I have nothing bad to say so far. Yay! Okay, now we are going to go in with concealer, and this is really the part that is important because this is the part where we start to clean up everything. First things first, the applicator. The applicator is similar to most concealer applicators, I feel like, the little flat doe foot sort of thing, where one side is wider, one side is thinner, so it's pretty typical. I'm just going to place it right here. Right here. Off the bat, by the way, this product is very, very lightweight. Like, it doesn't feel heavy. Like, if you've ever used the Kosas concealer, the Kosas concealer has a bit of a heft to it. The product itself is more tacky, but this one has a lot less tack to it. So, in order to give this its real, chance, I'm going to leave it and let it set for a little bit. For some reason, this product, it's like really cooling. Burns a little bit near my eye. It is tingling a little on the sides of my eye, but the sides of my eye are pretty sensitive. I hope that I don't get a reaction to this. We're gonna go and try to do my brows now. They still are wet. They haven't dried out, which is a bit of a concern. And that says more about the wax than it does the pencil, I feel like, because at this point... Okay, scratch the thing that I said before about how the Got To Be Glue takes forever to dry. This doesn't dry. But it stays in place really nicely, which I really like, but it doesn't dry, which is a concern, big concern, because if it doesn't dry, I cannot use other products over top of it. Like, I just can't. I can't use a pen over it, I can't use a pencil over it. It'll affect and maybe ruin the other product because of the waxy stickiness of it might attach to the tip of the pencil or the pen. I'm sorry, I'm getting distracted because the sides of my eyes are tingling right now. I think to give the pencil the best shot, I'm going to apply some powder over my brows and then go in with the pencil after. And yes, normally I would wait to do powder after I've already done all of my cream base, but just for the sake of making sure that the actual pencil gets to be on my face, I'm going to put a little bit of the Maybelline Fit Me powder. Oh, see, even this is tugging on my powder. And I have to use a lot of powder to set it because it is not wanting to set. Did I just ruin my eyebrows? They look pretty awful. It's making like a paste. No, don't ruin it because everything else looks so good. Please. I'm just gonna try it. And then I'm gonna cry about it later because, oh my God, I think this situation here is not helping my face right. Okay, the pencil is, oh, it broke. The pencil broke. Nope, we're not using that. we're not using that. That does not work, especially because of how thin it is. There's no way that I can use this. Even though I was putting very little pressure, it didn't add any pigment. Like, at all. So for me, this is a no-go. Absolutely not. I'm just gonna finish my base and then I'll do my eyebrows how I normally do with the NYX Lift and Snatch brow pen instead, and hope that it works on top of whatever the heck is happening on my eyebrows right now. We're gonna get back to my eyebrows in a little bit, okay? Don't worry about it. Ignore them. Pretend they're blurred right now. You can't see them. I can't see them. It's okay. This is an hourglass brush, and I've used this basically in most of my videos. You've seen it before. I didn't buy an extra brush from Beauty Crop, so this will have to do. So the amount of concealer I put on the top of my head kind of just disappeared. I don't see it anymore. Maybe it's my bad, or maybe I chose the wrong color. I don't know. Let's try under my eyes over here. Okay, it shows up under my eyes a little bit better. I usually like to use concealer as a bit of a cleanup in order to sort of shape the positioning of the blush that I want. And I also go down here, and I'm also going to scrape down this way in order to sort of carve out my nose a little bit in order to create more of a shape. For as lightweight as this is, it does have more coverage than I expected. I do think it doesn't have as much coverage as a lot of other concealers that I've used, such as the Kosas one, or I've also used the Morphe 2 one. This one also has quite a bit of coverage that I really like. I'm just gonna add a little extra on this side because it did not have as much coverage as I would have liked it to. Also, that way we can see it build it up a little bit, because I do think that if a product doesn't do super well in the first try, but you can build it up, you know, it's more than okay, because you can go in and add more pigment and fix it up a little bit. Wow, I think I did a pretty good job actually. So I'm gonna go back in with the brush that I used for the blush and the bronzer in order to sort of, I guess, blend out that sort of harsh line that I created. This is a step that I always do because I like how the concealer cuts so that then my face looks more lifted, if that makes sense. I think that the concealer does very well. It's buildable. It's maybe not the right color I would have liked. I would have liked to also maybe get another one that's a little bit lighter than this one in order to brighten a little bit more, but the truth is this is great. I do think that it's buildable. I do think that it's something that you can definitely work with, and I don't really have anything super negative to say about it. But yeah, let's move on. From there, we're going to use the Dewy Balance Seal and Set Mist, which again has a similar packaging to this one, and I'm going to use this to set the cream products. Never spray your face first. The mister is nice and strong, and also the mist feels very soft, which is nice. It doesn't like spray you in product where you're like dripping, but this has a nice, anyway, this is a nice mister. It has like strength to it, but also doesn't feel like you're being showered in a waterfall. I did lose a bit of the blush when I added the concealer, huh? It's okay, you can add it back in with the actual powder blush, which is what I will do, but I do really like how the base looks so far. It smells weird. I'm not sure what it smells like, but it smells weird. It's not like a bad smell, it's just different. But I also do have to say that normally when I do get a setting spray, I do get one that has more strength and also sprays my face more. The mister is very wide, but not a lot of product, so I did have to spray a little extra. I might have to spray a little bit more because I feel like my chin doesn't have any. And I do feel like it's like getting everywhere but my face. And the instructions say to keep it pretty far from your face, 8 to 12 inches away. But I feel like if I keep it that far from my face, I wouldn't have gotten any product on my face, or it'd be a super, super light layer, which is not what I want. I do want a layer so that then it actually sets. But this does say it is you can just use it as a mister to prep your face before makeup. So if you do it as more as a skincare thing, then yes, keep it at this distance. That's perfect. But if you are setting, I do suggest going closer. It's drying pretty well, and it doesn't feel like there are little globs of water on my face, but yeah, that's fine. So I'm gonna let this dry. Okay, so I finished my eyebrows, as you guys can see, and I just used my regular schmegular NYX Lift and Snatch brow pen. But I do have to say that she was struggling, okay? She was struggling to actually lay on top of this weird paste that was made on my eyebrows. Maybe it's user error, maybe I put too much product, but I don't know, guys. I'm not a fan. I'm also noticing that this setting spray is tacky, which is interesting to me because normally when I use a setting spray, it sets and it dries and then you're good to go, but my face feels sticky. Anyway, I realized I do have one more liquid product that I would like to use before I go into the powders. Okay, there's one more product I would like to use from the Glow Milk collection, which is the liquid highlight. I would like to go in with this first because I do have a powder highlighter as well. So I'm going to do all the liquid products first, as you guys can see, and then go in with all the powders. So we're going to go ahead and apply this. And I'm just going to apply little dots. I'm going to use my finger because I do think that highlight applies way better or warms up to the skin better if you use your finger. I don't know if that did anything. Just bounce it in. It is not as highlighty as I would like it to be. If anything, by using my finger, some of the glow is kind of like disappearing and sticking to my fingers. And instead it kind of like disappears a little bit when you apply it in comparison to if it's like a little blob like this, right? So like the blob looks like that, and this is the highlight. The highlight honestly just looks like the way that my skin looked with just the setting spray, which is a bit concerning. So I'm gonna try to use a random brush. Nope, that's actually worse. That did not, that took away more. Because like this, it looks beautiful, but when I try to like actually like put it where I want it, it like disappears. It's just not giving the effect I wanted it to give, because it's just, it fades out when I apply it, which is not a great sign. Now that I have finished all of the cream products, we are going to move into the powder products. They do have a bronzer that is not luminous, and I got the one in Sicily Soul because I liked this color. It looks really good, and I'm going to apply it in all of the places I applied the cream bronzer. So I'm just gonna do this side first. Oh god, that is really patchy and also really dark. Oh no. Yeah, it's super patchy. Composed. Because I thought this was going really, really well, and that just happened. The highlighter just happened. It's okay. We're just gonna move on, okay? We're gonna move on and survive, because next is blush. Okay, so I got several different shades of the blushes that they had, because I got like the whole pack of like where you can buy a bundle of all of them. And I got Lavish, which is this nice pink here. It's like a hot pink. Blinging, which is this maroon purplish pink color. I got Glistening, which is this more peachy orange color. And I also got Poppin' Peony, which is the pink. And yes, you're not mistaken, that is the same name as the liquid blush that I use. All of these are also from the Glow Milk set as well. These are all the luminous powder blushes, so yes, they are all highlighting blushes. I also, in this pack, got luminous powder highlight in Glimmer, and this is also from the Glow Milk. This is just a highlight to keep consistent, and also because I'm going to be using the Jordan Lipscombe lip kit in a little bit, I do want to use a light cool pink, because if you don't know, she loves a light cool pink blush. I'm going to be using these two today, but I will try these later. If you guys would like, I can also do these in another video, a try before you buy video, along with other products that maybe I don't have a powder blush for. Again, the packaging is very similar to the bronzing one, the same shape, same size, but this one is the blush and this one is in Poppin' Peony. Jordan Lipscombe uses these a lot in a lot of her videos. It is one of the products she turns to a lot when she wants like that sort of glowy blush look. So we will be using this today just to try it and just to show you guys what it looks like. I'm gonna go in with my kabuki brush because this is what I usually use for my blush, and just gonna tap on and tap it on to my face. And hopefully it can fix up this bronzer situation. It is doing the work. It is coming off a little bit patchy, but I do think that's because maybe the base is doing something weird and that's causing the bronzer and the blush to do this weird patchy thing. I think that it's the setting spray. This one you can definitely layer on top of itself, which is nice. The color is beautiful. It's not as bright cool pink as the packaging says, but it is a very beautiful pink. It looks beautiful, and I brought the color back to my face very nicely. I do really like that. It applied very nicely. It's very, very, very glowy. If anything, honestly, I might just use this as a topper on top of my regular blush. From there, I also got the Vitamin Babe setting powder. This is a loose setting powder, and I got it in pink 6. A lot of the time with these pink setting powders, they don't really show up super bright pink, but instead they show up more as a brightening color. The only one that I know that actually shows up as a sort of pinky, more lilac-y hue and actually shows the color is the Huda Beauty lilac powders. I did do a try before you buy video of that, but I never posted it because the hype of it was going down, and honestly I didn't really feel like posting it because it wasn't my best work, so I don't know. Oh, she's cute and soft, but she's a little tiny. I normally like to go with the triangle one, so I'm not going to use this one even though she's adorable and very, very small. It looks like it opens up like this, which is very different than typical. It also has one of those little fabric pieces instead of the little holes that you would see in a lot of setting powders, and it also has this little lid that helps keep everything sort of more secure. Also, you can use this top part to flatten and even out the powder on the puff. And now we will test it on the face. I like to create a line on my nose just to carve out my nose a little bit. Oh, the pink is showing up. Ah. And it is definitely causing the look to look more set and matte in comparison to what it looked like earlier. And the product does go a long way, which is great. And I don't have to tap in as often as I would for a lot of other setting powders. It's very thin. It's a nice texture for a setting powder, in my opinion. There you go. That is the setting powder. The actual design for the container for the setting powder does cause the powder to kind of just lie and go into the air way more than I feel like a lot of other ones do. And also it's definitely more lightweight as the powder is actually like floating in the air. Like when I was putting on my chin, it was going into my nose. Like, I do have to say though, there are very weird hints of like super pink areas. So since this powder is definitely more pigmented than the average pink setting powder, my forehead looks pink. Can you see that? But it is showing up as pink. So it does kind of look like I got a sunburn on my forehead. Okay, so that's my face set. And from here, I usually set it with setting spray, but the setting spray kind of freaks me out because of what it did to my other powder products, so I'm not going to set it. So instead we're going to go in with highlighter, and then after the highlighter we're going to go into the lip kit. And yes, I know that is definitely out of the order of what I would normally do, or most people would normally do, because normally you do eyes and then lips last, but I really want to base my eye look based on the lips. So I want to figure out what lip look I want to do first before I decide on the eye look. This is the Glimmer Luminous Powder Highlight from the Glow Milk collection as well. And this is what it looks like, which is beautiful. Oh, wow. Hopefully it shows up on the skin better than that liquid highlighter. Yes, but she definitely looks more like a glitter than she does a highlighter, but it is going on very smoothly on top of the powder. Oh, I take that back. This side is way more patchy. Yeah, you can see that. You see this little patch here? Patchy and uneven. And also the ability for it to attach between my finger and a brush. I do want to say I think my finger does do a better job, but it honestly isn't that big of a difference. Okay, let's move on to the thing that I was most excited for, which is the Jordan Lipscombe lip kit. Because I really liked the keychain of her dog. Let's get into this. So there are 2 lip liners, and then there's also a bigger soft liner and a lip oil. So let's see. If I'm remembering correctly, one of the lip liners is like a lighter lip liner color and the other one is a darker one. With this kit, there is really genuinely so many different combos that you can do. And I think that was like the glory of her making the kit the way that she did, because she wanted literally any of her followers to use it in a way that they'd like to, and also inspired by what she normally does for her lips, which is a nude lip. I am not someone who normally does a nude lip. It's not really something that I gravitate towards. If anything, my maximum is I do a lip liner and then I do a lip gloss, and then the lip gloss eventually sort of disappears throughout the day and it just looks like I have nothing on my lips, because I do really like the natural color of my lips. Here are the two lip liners in Cookie Cup and Sweet Date. So Cookie Cup looks like this, and then Sweet Date looks like this. I do think that Sweet Date is a lighter color, so I think for me personally, I personally really want to try Cookie Cup because I would like to do a darker lip. Let me rub off this lip treatment. It's super creamy, and that is a beautiful color. I also might use a little bit of Sweet Date as well to sort of blend in a little bit. That one is definitely lighter for sure and has more of a cooler tone to it, versus Cookie Cup is definitely a warmer tone. And then there's also this Lipped Cream 2-in-1 soft liner in Kiss It Better. This one has a thicker applicator in comparison to like a regular liner, because you can use it as a sort of like lipstick, or you can use it as a liner, I believe. I'm gonna go in with this, which is more of a brownish pink color. And I'm gonna go into the center of my lips a little bit. Even though the color of my actual lip is coming through, I would like it to show up a little bit more. And this actually looks quite similar to my regular lip color, so I'm just gonna use it to blend a little bit more. This one definitely could be used as a lip liner or to fill in your lips, but for me anyway, I do think that I would never use this as an actual lip liner, just because the color is, you wouldn't really see the difference between it and my actual lip color as much as you would if I used a darker lip liner like Cookie Cup. Now I'm going to use the Glow Milk Lip Oil, the one with the little keychain, and I'm going to apply this over my lips. And this is what it looks like. It has a bit of a sparkle to it, and it has a bit of a pink hue. It's like a pink sparkle. And I'm just gonna apply it up. Ah, there is definitely a very visible pink glitter to this lip oil. That is beautiful. That's definitely a contender for something I would use all of the time, because you can see the glitter. A lot of lip products that have glitter in them, they kind of disappear and you don't really see them, but you can actually see the glitter in this. This is definitely a very good, like, beginner friendly version of a nude lip that honestly I think, like, even as someone who normally doesn't do a nude lip, it looks great. I love it. Anyway, I will be right back. I'm going to do an eye look, and then I will be back to do the eyeliner and the mascara, then tell you my final thoughts on all of the products that I used today from Beautycrop. Okay guys, I finished the eyes, but now I'm gonna go in with the eyeliner. This is the liquid eyeliner in Avocado in black. It's very cute, very tiny, and the actual like applicator is so long, guys. Getting an eyeliner in a longer length can help you create a smaller line, but also if you have shaky hands, it won't present as much of that shakiness that happens. Using a shorter nib, you have more control, but using a longer nib gives you more of a benefit of the doubt if you do have shaky hands. I'm gonna go in and do my inner corner, because I do normally like to do an inner corner, and with this look anyway, I do feel like it needs one. Oh, wow, that's very sharp. I can be super precise with it too, which I really like. Oh, it's breaking up a little. I don't know if you guys can see that. It has a bit of a patchiness. And also I'm noticing that the actual nib itself is a little bit dry. So I don't think that the actual product goes throughout the nib evenly. So as a result, the end of the nib can get dry. It also creates patchiness in the eyeliner. I mean, obviously you can go over it and make it more opaque. And anyway, the last product, because my camera is dying, is the Peptide Calm Lift and Lengthen Mascara. I believe I got this just in a regular black, and the applicator, pretty standard, very small, but we are just gonna go in and coat the lashes. That definitely lengthens. That looks great. I love it. I also think that it's very buildable, so you can also add volume as well. It's not just lengthening. But yeah, that's length. That's crazy. Wow, I really, really like that. Okay, I'm gonna set my face one more time. No, I'm not. I'm not using this again.
No!
I will be right back when I do and fix up my hair, and also after I've charged you guys for a little bit, and I will give you my final thoughts on all of the products. But yeah, I'll be right back. Okay guys, this is the final look. Let's do a final run through of my final thoughts on all of the products. So to start, we started out with the hydrating lip treatment in Cafe Latte. Loved this. This is definitely going in my purse because the truth is, it smells wonderful, very much moisturized my lips super well for the whole entire process, and it stayed there for a pretty long time. And also, it smells like coffee, and I love coffee, and it had a cooling effect because of the applicator, which is quite unique in my opinion. There's nothing bad I can say about this. I really, 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 really loved this so much. Next up, I used the We Cherie gripping primer. I do think that it did its job, but it did grip for sure, because it gripped onto my foundation really well and also made all the application of my foundation very smooth. It was definitely something that I wasn't used to because I'm not someone who uses primer very often or even at all, but I'm definitely not the person you should go to for advice on a primer. I will use this again. I do suggest it. This line, the Brow Friends Forever collection, I don't even know what to say, guys. I really wanted to like it. The wax was very sticky. It really stuck. It held my hairs in place, but it didn't dry. Instead of drying, when I tried to set it with a powder, just in case maybe, you know, that might be something that you have to do with this product, but instead of setting it, it just sort of made a paste. To top that, the pencil, first of all, when I got it in the packaging and I opened it, it was broken, and also it breaks super easily in general when I use it. And also the pigment doesn't come out very much, so it would just keep breaking while I keep using it, and it's just, obviously, like, there's always a possibility that it's user error. Maybe I use too much of the wax products, but if I'm being honest with you, I don't think that it's worth it. I don't think that it did well, and it was my main issue in this whole process, and I genuinely think these are really just not it. Obviously, if you do like a lighter brow, go for it. This might be for you. If you want something that grips your eyebrows, sure. If you don't need to color in your eyebrows and you just want to have them go in a direction and a shape that you want, this is great. I think that if you want to use them together, they don't work super well. If you want a lot of pigment for your eyebrows, you want darker eyebrows, they don't work very well. They're just not for me, personally. And I think that obviously there will be people out there who have different opinion than I do. From there, we go into the liquid products. I first went in with the Glow Milk Liquid Bronzer in Almond. This one, amazing. Color, amazing. It's thick, it's tacky, it takes a bit to blend, admittedly, but the color looks great and it's perfectly smooth. It didn't cause any patchiness at all, and it was able to be layered, and that's just perfect. That's like literally perfect. It didn't really have any shine. Just looked like a life glow, not a glowy glow, if that makes sense. And I really liked that. It looked amazing. Loved it. The Glow Milk Liquid Blush, on the other hand, I did really, really like it, but it was definitely less tacky, more liquidy, very shiny for sure. Very, very glowy, not life glowy. But also, even if I layered it, it didn't really seem like it was adding more pigment or more color, but instead it kind of just diffused out after a while. Like, even if you look at the way my face is now, you don't really see a lot of the blush anymore, and it's a bit of a shame as someone who loves blush, but I do think that it is beautiful. If you use it, maybe it'll work better for you than it does for me, but at least for me, I do like a blush that has oomph, has pigment, and it did at first, but I couldn't layer it, and it also would fade throughout time. By the way, a liquid blush will eventually fade. If you start to use the powder products, it'll help set it and also help oomph up the color again. But I do think that it faded out way faster than I would have expected it to, and it basically just looked like I didn't have any blush anymore after a certain point. It might just be a topper on days where I'm not using any powder and I'm just doing skincare, or I just want a little extra color on my face when I'm have no makeup on. Both of these were really good. I would definitely recommend them. This one a little bit less than the actual bronzer, but the bronzer, chef's kiss, loved her. I went in with the concealer. So the concealer is the Dewy Bounce Radiant Concealer in Cookie. This one was really good. It did disappear a little bit on my forehead, but that's because the actual product itself is quite thin, which is nice because it won't feel like you have like a thick layer on your face, but simultaneously it also means that you'll have to use more of it in order to have more coverage. It did apply very smoothly and did blend beautifully on the face, on the foundation, on all the other products. Would suggest it for sure. I also do want to note that if you do have sensitive eyes, try to keep it a little bit farther away from your eye, because I did feel a tingling on the outer edge of my eye, which is a sensitive spot but it only tingled for a little bit, and when I blended it out it was fine. I just do suggest that if you do use this and you do have sensitive eyes, try to keep it a little bit away from your eye when you first apply it, but when you blend it out, it should be fine. I do really like it though, and I probably will buy another one in a lighter color. Another product in the Dewy Bounce collection, which is the setting spray. So for me, this was not a go. In the end, it caused my skin to be very, very sticky and tacky, which is not something you want with a setting spray, because a setting spray is supposed to set. And also the mister is not my favorite thing, because the mister spreads the product really far, but doesn't put a lot of product. But if you do it from far away, it just is a mist, which, I mean, it's advertised as a mist, but if you want it to actually set, it's not fully applying a smooth layer around your face, but instead it's applying like sprinkles on your face, and it will get everywhere. It was all over my hair, it was all over my legs. My legs are a little sticky now because of it. The powder products I used after this did not sit well on it. It caused patchiness. I'm not a fan of this setting spray personally. I do think that if you're just doing a little bit of a more skincare look, this will be fine. The mister is perfect for that. But in terms of like actually a setting spray, I'm not a fan. From there, I went in with the liquid highlighter, and I got the one in Bubbly. This one, guys, in all of these try before you buy videos, I have never had any luck with the highlighter. And yes, I admit, I am a picky person when it comes to highlighter, okay? I get it, I know that I am, but that's because I grew up using and still use the iconic London highlighter. The color in the bottle and what goes on your hand is exactly the color that goes on your face. This Glow Milk liquid highlight in Bubbly, when I applied it on my face, it diffused. But what I don't want in a highlighter or in a blush is for it to diffuse, because the truth is I want my face to be blushed. That's why I put it on, okay? I want my face to glow. That's why I put it on. But I can't build it up because I tried, and I can't get it to not disappear. If you're someone who likes that like soft glow, who doesn't mind it diffusing, then this is for you. But for me, she is only going to be an aid for other highlighters. From there, I went in with the Sicily Soul bronzer. This color is not for me, okay? It is way too dark. I think the product itself does beautifully. It came off patchy, and that's not its fault, this guy's fault, okay? So I think that this is a good product. I just couldn't prove it justice in this video. Like when I did this side, which has a lot less setting spray on it, it came on so smooth. It worked perfectly with my other products. Like it was perfect. It just was the wrong color. From there, I went on to the Glow Milk Luminous Powder Blush in Poppin' Peony. This is the same color as the liquid blush that I showed you earlier, and also from the same collection. And this one is a beautiful color. I really, really liked it. It was very glowy, but it did eventually disappear. I really liked it. This is definitely a topper for me. I would use it on a lot of other blushes that I have, but because the color does disappear a little bit, I do think that I will probably just use this as a companion blush on top of my regular blush. And if you like a soft blush, this is for you. It is a beautiful highlighting blush. It really, really, really is. From there, I went in with the Vitamin Babe setting powder in pink 6. This one, it's really good. The actual container is very unique in my opinion, the way that they created this sort of lid, but the powder does fly into the air, which means the powder is very fine and very thin. Please be careful. Don't huff too much of this into your nose, because that is definitely not healthy for you. There are a lot of carcinogens in powder. It's a very thin product and it applies very smoothly and sets quite quickly. I will not be using this on my whole face again. I think in the future, if I were to use this, maybe just under my eyes, just because my forehead ended up looking quite pink and like I had a bit of a rash or a sunburn on my head because of how pink this is. But I do think that this product itself is very good. From there, I added on some highlight. So I added on the Glow Milk Luminous Powder Highlight in Glimmer. It's a glitter, first of all, instead of a highlighter. And second of all, it came on very, very patchy. Which again, there's a possibility that the reason I went on patchy was because of this boy. I'm not the biggest fan of using a glittery highlight on my face. I personally just like the highlight to be one cohesive, luminous glow. But I do know that sometimes, some scenarios, you would like, and I would like, a glittery highlight. So from there, I did the lips. So we're gonna go straight into the Jordan lip kit. I ended up using all of the products actually. I am literally in love with this set because the truth is it is very versatile. I could use it as someone who has never done a nude lip, and it was a nice introduction into a nude lip in my opinion. Obviously for every person it'll be different based on the color of your lips, based on preferences, based on what you think looks good with your face, but for me anyway, I have nothing negative to say about it because the lip liners are super creamy. Soft liner is also super creamy and versatile because you can use it as a lip liner, and the lip oil, oh my god guys, the lip oil is literally my favorite thing on the planet Earth right now, okay? Out of everything that I have tried today, the lip oil might be either my favorite or my second favorite thing that I have tried, because the glitter shows up and it's a pink glitter and it shows up, like it actually shows up, and it makes your lips feel nice and smooth, and plus it has like a cute little sweet scent to it. Additionally, we cannot negate the fact that it comes with a keychain. I will definitely be using that a lot. And then from there, I did my eyes and I used these two products that are new. I used the Avocado liquid eyeliner in black, and I also used the Peptide Calm Lift and Lengthen mascara. The liner I think is really good for people who have very shaky hands and have a hard time making a straight line because it creates a very good point. However, because of the length and also because of the drastic change in a thicker to a thinner point, it does have a hard time getting product all the way to the end of the tip. Because of that, it'll be dry and also creates patchiness in the line. Because of the design, even though the design is intuitive for people who have a harder time making a straight line and have shaky hands, because guys, that's me too. I do think that because of the intuitive design, you end up losing the amount of product that goes to the end of the actual liner. So as a result, you get a dry liner. But obviously it goes on pretty dark. It's beautiful. You can always layer it, that's for sure. But I do think that if you are looking for an eyeliner, there are a lot of other eyeliners that produce more pigment and are also super dark and pigmented, don't dry out as fast. So I do think that this one is a good contender. I will use it until she dies and dries out. And then this is definitely the contender against the lip oil of my favorite product I used today, which is the mascara. This mascara made my eyelashes so beautiful. Guys, I have never seen my eyelashes doing its thing like it is doing right now because of this mascara. It lengthened, it volumized, even though it's not technically a volumizing mascara. And also it feels lightweight on my eyes. I have a tendency when I do mascara to, after a while, start to do this and pinch at my eyelashes and have this urge to peel and pick off my eyelashes, because the stimulation of having something on my eyes can bug me a bit sometimes. But this, I don't feel that feeling at all. I don't feel the need to like touch and like pull on my eyelashes at all. So I do think that this is a great contender, and this is definitely going in my daily routine. Hey guys, Editing Nat here. I wanted to put in a little clip here because since I have filmed this video, I have tried using the products again, trying again without the setting spray, trying again without the eyebrow wax. If you look at my face now, this is the result of the blushing, and the eyebrowing. So first of all, for the eyebrows, I noticed that the wax was causing the eyebrow pencil to have a really hard time of showing up any pigment, and that's true because as you can see now, my eyebrows have a lot of pigment. However, the pencil does still break very easily, so it might not be the best investment, but the color is really good and it still stays pretty sharp throughout. It breaks pretty easily if you're too hard-handed. I do think that the pencil deserved better credit outside of the brow wax, and I used it with my Got2b glue and it worked perfectly fine like this. Now, I didn't use any bronzer today, I didn't put any foundation today, and I just did the blush. So I did the liquid blush and then the powder blush on top. And it looks perfect. It's blushing, you know? Kind of relates back to the idea that I was saying where it would look really good as a topper, but it would also look really good on a skincare day. So on a day where you don't really want to wear foundation or heavy foundation, it works really, really well. I honestly think that like some of the products that I used made it hard for a lot of the other products to work, and my original hunch was correct in saying that the blush was actually beautiful. It's just that there were a lot of other things working against it. The eyebrow pencil was beautiful, but there were a lot of things working against it. Obviously, I think that depending on your preference, you'll like different things, but I just wanted to come in and make note of the possibilities of how you can use these products in a way that emphasizes things that you want, like blush. I will try it again, I will test it again, and sometimes my thoughts change because one thing ruined it for the bunch, and I'm not the type of person to think that, oh, like this is just bad. Like, no, some days it'll work better for my skin, some days it'll work worse for my skin, and I think that is the reality of any makeup. Some days your regular makeup routine won't look good, you know? And yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching. Okay guys, that is the end of the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really do hope you guys like these videos because I do love filming them, and I am so happy that I managed to get the Jordan Lipscombe lip kit. Even though I did get it a bit later than I would have liked, I'm so happy with the look that came out. Obviously, there were a lot of bumps in the road and a lot of upset feelings when it came to my eyebrows and the setting spray. I do think that Beauty Crop has a lot of really great products, and if someone like Jordan can vouch for them and say that they're great and work with them, I trust her opinion. Obviously, I have my opinion, you have your opinion, everybody has their own opinion. Watch a lot of other reviews. Like, don't just go based on my opinion, because the truth is I have a preference for certain things. It is just my opinion. And the truth is I try my best to tell you, if you like this or this or this, maybe you'd like it, maybe you should try it. And I try my best to provide that option for you because I know that not everybody has the same preferences as me. But again, I am just one person trying a whole bunch of things and trying it before you buy it to give you my opinion of whether or not you should try them and whether or not they're worth it. Whatever you're doing, wherever you are, thank you for watching. Good morning, good night, goodbye.